Adios.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Kick It Podcast, coming to you live from Oceanside. As always, I'm Louis Lope. I got my boy Bruce next to me.
Yo.
No Victor today. No Lens. Lens is working the night shift. Shout out to all y'all working. And today we have our guests. We've been talking about having them on for a while. And I want to welcome Sunny from the Sunny Street Outreach Movement.
Ooh,
Welcome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got you on. We've talked about it a couple of times when we see each other at events, and finally.
We're busy out here though. We in these streets.
Yeah.
So. No, I'm happy to be here, man. Just kick it with the boys. I never get to just kick it with the boys.
For real. Yeah, we're always doing something, so we can't really
kick it. Yeah, it's like work. That's what I'm saying. Like work mode. I'm like, we work with our friends, our community. We're all friends, and we're like, pass the hustles around. But like, it's when we're there, it's still work mode. We never get to just kick it. So
I get it. Like a lot of people say, like, you go out all the time. It's like, I really don't. We're working the events.
If I'm outside, I'm getting paid.
Yeah, that's really me posting the stories on his Facebook page.
Yeah, so
he's not really there.
So we're gonna take the curtain down on that one. I don't know what happened like when we first started the IG page and all that. Like it was through my stuff because that's how it started.
Yeah,
and then we started over to the other page, like the actual Kick It Labs page.
Yeah,
and then we just haven't been able to take it off of mine. So every time we post like Instagram on Kick It Labs, it posts to the Kick It Labs, and it posts out to my personal. So on Facebook, I look lit.
In real life, you're in the dirty chef coat.
Dirty chef coat, stains.
That's right. That's
really grinding.
Representing.
Fucked up hair.
Nah, we really out here. We're clocked in and got side hustles.
Yeah. But for those that might not know you, Sonny, would you mind giving us a quick summary and bio about who you are and what you have done for the community?
Man, I love that question. Who are you? What do you do? It's cool because like when you guys ask it, it's chill. But like in some of these spaces, people use it as like,
gotcha.
What do you do? Like to get like as if it's tied to your worth. You know what I mean? But no, man, who am I today? Let's see. So I'm a mom. First and foremost, Osai local, indigenous to the land. So, I've been out in these streets doing all types of shit, man. When I was a kid, I was wild and not doing what I was doing now, what I'm doing now. So I'm happy to be in these streets now, advocating for people, feeding the unhoused community. That's what I do. I'm a chef by trade. So, man, we make free meals for the houseless community. Yep. To do that, we throw events, we cater, we got mobile bar service, man. We're just hustling, straight hustling. But the vision is to, not just have hustle for your own personal benefit, but to like build community, show people that you can have businesses that get back to community, because like we fucking need it right now, especially the money ain't the government. You can't trust them. Nobody's coming to save us. So it's just us. We got us. So that's what I do, man. I'm just looking out for community in any way I can.
What got you started on giving back to the community?
I mean, I was always raised, I'm like I said, I'm indigenous, so it's tribal mentality. But as a kid, like my mom, she worked at Balderrama Park as like a counselor out there.
I don't know.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. Bring him in the party, Mira.
Yeah. And we got Vig with the late appearance. It's all good. We're going to set up real quick. You can't tell, but Bruce is underneath the table right now, grabbing the mic.
I'm not grabbing you, Louis. Don't worry.
I wish he was.
Hey, it's Pride Month. It's Pride Month.
That's not what it looks like on camera, and that's all that matters.
I love how you had to just put it in there, just so we know. Yeah, I mean, so my mom, though, she worked at Balderrama Park.
Battery's low on something. I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
Is it connected? Yeah.
All right. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Hey, that's the Kick It. That's Kick It podcast for you. Smoke break. Yeah. Smoke break. Already lighting up. But I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was saying like I got started in just advocacy work, looking out for community as a kid, really, because my mom, she worked at Balderrama Park. Okay. We're in the East Side neighborhood. That's where I'm from. And so I always had to go to work with her after school programs and stuff. And she just like, was trying to be, that was in the 90s, dude. That's when like gang violence in Osai was wild, bro. We had bodies on the street couple times a day. So it was really rough to like grow up, especially in the barrio, you know, with Center Street and Pozole. Like it was crazy, dude. The amount of RIP shirts I owned and like just a little size medium, you know, because I was like 10. We used to do like stop the violence protests and like walk around or do vigils for everybody. Just too many kids passed away. They're all like under 20-year-old, you know, vatos that are just like wilding. So that as a kid growing up and seeing that, I think it was cool to just be a part of something that you see like people coming together for instead of like division between. So that sparked it for me like as a child. And then I was on some fuck shit, you know, I was a product of my environment, yo. I was like, I wanted to be a little vato too, you know? So I went through that phase in my life. So now I like to say I'm a good girl. I'm a little more angelic. You got to go through it, you know?
It was all cloudy before, now it's all sunny.
Now it's sunny. Yep.
How do you see Oceanside now, that from the people that you've seen that survived and actually grew up and actually participated in giving back to the community? Because now everybody understands like where we're coming from, and we see like the difference and the unity more now than ever.
Yeah.
But what's your take on that? Like, you know, like is it like a fresh breath air? Like, does it puts you more at ease, or does it get you more motivated? Like, all right, let's keep this shit going. Like, what more can we do?
I mean, that's it for sure. Motivated. I think for me too, like when we were young, and everybody, even the youngins nowadays, right? Like they got a different mindset, but there was always the ones like the OGs, right? That they would go to prison, do fucking a quarter or like a dime and come out like totally changed mind. They found God or, you know, whatever it was, right? Jesus. And they were trying to preach to the younger vatos like, hey, this isn't the way, you know what I mean? So now I feel like we're those people. I'm cool. I'll smoke the bong, but I break out, bro. The trichomes and shit. It's like oils on my skin, but
she's not wrong. But that's why we cleaned the bong. Shout out to my girl too, by the way.
That's míralo.
Alcohol and Epsom salt is a winner whenever you're cleaning pieces,
cleaning lots
and bongs.
It's needed in your lab
or
or
anything.
But yeah, I feel like now we're just the OGs. Like I'm a little older, I can look back and be like, I've been through it, don't do this, you know, type of shit. So it's nice to have the younger kids to at least look up to now. I think that they're smarter too. We're a couple generations away from you know, immigrant parents being here. So maybe that's their grandparents now. They don't have to be in such survival mode. We're taking better care of our children.
And they have more information to their disposal than we do.
And that could be like a blessing and a curse, right?
Yes.
Social media and shit, like really like puts out that mob mentality. You know what I mean? So kids can go either way with the information.
There's definitely pros and cons to things.
Speaking about mob mentality, everyone did a great job on Friday. Sonny, even I saw you out there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was just one of the organizers helping any way I can. Osai Uprising had reached out, and you know, we out here in these streets doing a lot better stuff, making it some good trouble now. So I was helping to just make sure everybody was staying positive, keeping good vibes. We don't need to fuck up our own city, you know, especially in our backyard. We're over there on Mission and Canyon. Like that's the East Side's backyard right there. So we're respecting, not trying to fucking cause no violence or bullshit.
Yeah, I was glad they didn't come and fuck us up, you know, like we see nowadays.
I mean, interesting, right? Like OPD is still a police department, but they try to be cool, you know, like they try to work with the neighborhoods and I think too, I mean, when we unite, like when the barrio unites, when we come in peace and we're really out here to try to make things happen, it's powerful. And I think that they know, like, we're going to do whatever we want to do anyway.
It's Oceanside.
Yeah. Like, if you don't allow us to put up a bunch of murals, quote unquote, at our park, then it's just gonna be a bunch of graph at the park. You know what I mean? Like either way, we're gonna do what we do. So you know, their neighborhood park, the neighborhood cops, they like to at least try to integrate themselves a little bit. So
yeah, no, we've been seeing that with they've been hiring like more local officers, which is something that a lot of the you know, our elected officials that we've had on the podcast said that is one of their main objectives, to hire more local people that know their neighborhoods, as opposed to people that are from like out of town coming in and trying to figure things out.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, one perspective is they will do the outsource of hiring officials like that. It's just to lower the chances of retaliation. Like, say if they were to live at home, they have like certain issues, you know.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons they would say they would hire people from, like, you know, out of the county or some shit. Yeah, so shit like that.
Interesting.
But that is a good thing though, that they go ahead and keep everything in house as much as you can, because, you know, what's the best way to be making sure your community is safe if you actually are from the community,
about the community, and you're from here. 100%.
And that's not just for like local stuff, but also for like businesses. Like if you have people within the system that know your system that are exceeding the expectations, like why are you going to go and bring someone from outside to try to like?
And I mean, as outsiders, we're like, outsiders are a threat, you know, gentrification. Yeah, transplants, bro. Like, we're a military town. We're used to so many people infiltrating our city and taking our resources and using our beaches and not being fucking respectful, right? Like, you know, leaving trash behind and shit. It's like, you know, it can get tiring on a soul side. So, you know, I think we push local business, we push local community in general. We like to have kickbacks and things where, you know, third spaces where people can come actually from the community and keep it local, because that's offsetting gentrification, right? We have to fight to have these spaces for our community, or we will get disappeared.
No, absolutely.
Right. That's why I see all those people in our neighbor town right now tripping about Pepper Tree.
Right.
Frosty's right there.
Yeah, so I heard actually though they're supposed to like remodel them. Yeah, like they're letting them stay the flower shop y todo. Yep. They're just remodeling it and, you know, making sure it's like nicer, more pleasing to the eye.
They want to make it more with the complex that they're going to be building right there.
And code enforcement too. All that old shit is not up to code in these cities.
I'll be at that table. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a staple of North County, you know. It's
right.
Good.
But that's how they get you. They take away the things that are important and represent your communities, and that's how they're able to push people aside.
Sonny, you think we should get a skate park right by the beach? How we did back then?
I miss that, man. That was some trouble though. I used to kick it at the little kick it tough right there.
Yes,
I don't think
no.
honestly, like, I mean, yes, any third space that actually we were able to have right by our coastline will be dope. It's because we wouldn't get any. They're gonna sell all that coastline. You know what I mean? Like, you ever been to Miami? Like, it's just nothing but high rises right there on the beach. Like, we don't have codes for how high they can go if any development. So
that's how they've been getting it here in the city.
Yeah, and it's attractive to people, to the developers of super crazy developments because of that, and the fact that San Diego is such like in a housing crisis. So, and there's loopholes and like paperwork, you know, grants and things like that you can get if you're building housing. But like, what kind of housing? You build luxury, beachy condos that go 20, you know, floors high.
Yep, they'll be like, oh, we're building 200 apartments, but we're gonna give 10 of those to affordable housing, and that's enough for them to get those extra funds. And like,
well, if they had 200, it would be technically 30. 30 to the 200 with the 15%.
Something like that.
That's the shit that like has gotten me interested in the political side of it. I don't like politics, dude. Like, for real. Me da asco just talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't trust the government. That's why.
Just the way we were raised up, you know?
It's an indigenous thing, bro. And I mean, what's funny is like a lot of the fight of the left and the right side, there's kind of everyone's saying the same thing. We don't trust these motherfuckers, but they all have different reasons of why, you know? And we're like all brown, just being like, it's been this way, you know. But local politics, at least to pay attention to, I highly suggest everyone pay attention to your local politics, no matter what city you live in, because that's like really your day-to-day stuff that affects you. Nationwide politics might not affect everybody. Global politics for sure, right? People could be like, out of sight, out of mind, doesn't matter. But no matter who you are in your city, those politics matter. And it's easier to make change too, where you feel like overwhelmed by the world. You know, you're like, there's so much bad shit going down. What can I do to like, what does it even matter? In your local politics, you can make shit happen, right? Like, we got a safe lot, bro, in 4 years, like, the way they say politics kind of moves, I would have thought it took longer than that. But within 4 years of starting a petition and just having people sign and then it getting to council and actually opening, 4 years to get a safe lot where people can sleep overnight safely in their car. Something people used to get a ticket for, get their fucking car taken, right? And then they're on the street, like adding to the problem. So, I mean, that's just pretty tight.
So yes on the skate park.
Anything local, give us a piece of the coast, please, in any way. Actually, you guys talked to Dinah though. We got some things in the works for some local spaces. Yeah, Dinah's dope. So shout out to Dinah, the Hill Street Country Club, because that was the third space that was such an incubator space for so many small organizations. And you guys too. You guys have done the Kick It podcast there. Yeah, I remember.
They did, like what? 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. When Jordan had that exhibition.
Yeah, I was there too. That was a come up, dude. They were raising money for the laundry trailer,
which now they operate on a weekly basis.
Yep. And they do hundreds of loads of laundry a month for people, houseless people, or just people who can't afford, to do laundry. Right there in Crown Heights too, right? Center Street, Crown Heights. When I moved back to Oceanside, people were talking about Crown Heights. I was like, where is that? What are we talking about? Yeah, I was Center Street. Okay, yeah, sure. Crown Heights. Yep, heard.
Where were you staying when you moved out of Cali?
I wasn't out of Cali. I could never do that. No, no, that would hurt my heart. I was just in Dago, dude. I was in Hillcrest, living my gay little life, for a few years, and then we had my daughter and my wife. Actually, she visited Oside. She's from the Midwest, so. Okay. But she's like a Cali girl at heart. So she moved out here. And then once we got together, we were in Hillcrest for like 2 years together. We had our baby and we're like, yo, we need more room. So like she came out to Oside. She's been here before, but something about that trip, she's like, I'm down to move out here. I was like, sick, let's go back home. Yeah. And then we actually moved into our crib the day the COVID shutdown happened. We got a bigger, like a 3-bedroom. It's a rental, but like we're going up in rent, coming back home, get a yard and shit. We're like, all right, cool. The day the COVID shutdown happens, we move in and I get fired. I'm sitting in my empty ass fucking living room. I get fired from my job because hospitality, everybody got fired, and she didn't. Thankfully, she was one of the lucky supervisors that got to work through COVID. So that's why I was like, cool, let me cook a bunch of food.
Should I not unpack?
Oh my gosh, bless though. I was happy to have time because I'm a hustler, man. I've been hustling since I was like before I was old enough to work. So it was cool to just be able to do like whatever I want. And then those like stimulus checks came in. So we had rent covered, which was, stable. So luckily I was just like, I'm trying to do my outreach shit like more here at home though, because these are my people. And like now we're fucked. Everybody's at home, all the government officials, everyone was in the house, right? So like literally our homeless neighbors were like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why are the bathrooms all closed? Why is everything locked off? Like they had no idea what was going down. So you cruise the streets, you're giving out meals and they're like, where the fuck is everyone? We're like, there's a pandemic, bro. Like, take a mask. Here's some hand sanitizer and some gloves and a bit of comida. So,
and it's like you might get sick out here, bro.
I mean, honestly, they're so like they're used to everything. So yeah, people were scared to be around like unhoused homies, but like they were honestly the best people to be around because. I don't know. They're just feral. You know what I mean? There's something loving about that.
I know what you mean, Sonny. I had like one friend of mine and we discussed it during COVID. He told me, Bruce, I don't think I would because I gotta tell you, I've ate out of some dirty bins and some dirty places. And if I survive that, I didn't really get that much sick, then I think I'll be just fine. I'm like, okay, bro. Well, if you're that confident, your train of thought, but you're not wrong though.
It's like us saying, like, no, we used to drink out of like the water hose in the backyard and do all this stuff.
You build it up a little bit, yeah.
I can see that.
It worked for them. It worked for them. Not a lot of people. They would test all the time at outreach back when we had to test, and not a lot of our houseless neighbors ever tested positive for COVID. So
because they're out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they're out here outside. Man, what a time, dude. What a time.
Yeah.
Crazy times. Even crazier times now.
Right. Yeah, but we're
right.
outside.
Can we go back to COVID times? Like,
I'm with that. I'm with that.
everybody stay home. Don't come out.
Sunnyside,
You have to. Sorry.
Sunnyside Outreach. What made you pick that name?
So this started like I worked for a company, a restaurant called Snooze, and they're like super hippie breakfast restaurant. Bomb food. They're like organic. They have all these like dope like food restrictions and stuff. And they're a green company, so they compost it. They just like, they treat their employees well, like Dr. Bronner's, right? They're a very sustainable organization in how they treat their employees and their like practices. So everybody's like a certain type of weird, like a certain type of hippie, loving and compassionate towards other people, like all of our coworkers. And so I put up a paper in my break room that said Sunny's Street Outreach, like, and a little description. Right. I'm gonna make some food if anyone wants to help, throw $5 in this envelope. And, if you want to like come help hand out or whatever, meet me here sometime. So that's really where it came from. Like, just saying that it was my street outreach. But yeah, that was good, dude. I think I raised $40 in that envelope, but it actually got stolen. Like someone checked the $40.
Someone took the $40?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always gotta be $40 if the situation comes up to be. I don't know what it is.
So me and the homies, we were upset, and pretty much we all threw in more, so we were able to make double what we were trying to do, and just went out to SD. That's when I was living at SD. That shit is just, it's so hard to ignore. OSI, we have like a couple hundred, but SD, it's like tens of thousands of people are living on every single block, and there's communities and shit. So we'd go out and give food just right where they're at, easy, just like, you hungry? And if not, like, much respect, it's all good. Everyone's got a different story, and just keep it pushing. Yeah, that's where it started. And then COVID happened, and I'm home, so I was asking around, like, where do people go? Like, I'm trying not to be affiliated with a church or anything. Like, I'm hella gay and I have religious trauma, so it's hard to find spots that are like in service of people, if that makes sense, right? Like, usually it's churches that are here to, like, I don't know, win a ticket to heaven or something. But that's usually the space where people are trying to give out. So I actually linked up with Jordan Berdine, and then I was like, yo, I do food. And he's like, cool, I do showers. And we're like, cool, shook. And like every Friday we'll be here and start popping up. So since then, it's been like 5-6 years now. Yep. Popping up with humanity showers.
Various volunteers come in every week. People are donating. It's a beautiful thing to have in this community.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And that's another third space where we don't, take any like information about the guests. Like, it's not a numbers game where they're trying to get funding from the state. It's not a volunteer run thing where we have these like spreadsheets of who's going to show. It's literally just like, show up and we'll give you something to do. And if you don't have anything to do, just be with community, dude. There's no us and them or like we're behind this line and they're over there. It's just like a mingling of people, and you can't really tell who's fucking unhoused or who's not, who's volunteering. It's a dope space. Have you guys ever been?
Yes, once.
You should come, dude. It's tight. People bust out their little DJ stereo or like they'll jam session, guitars and shit. It's vibey. We have art. There's obviously like a medical tent. If you're like any scrapes or stuff, they can hook you up. Showers, hot food. There's resources. They get new clothes. It's fucking
right. I remember Smitty used to be when he stayed over here. He was there every time.
Yeah,
he would tell us.
Yep. Yeah, it's a vibe. Special on Wednesdays too. Humanity Showers pops up with a lot of different spots now. But that Wednesday one is just like, it's just way more of a neighborhood vibe. Like, we're just kicking it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then, what's the message you would give out to the rest of the community? For it to keep going, like to keep showing out and to donate as much as they can. How can people do that?
I mean, yeah, it's not really like a numbers thing. I feel I really do recognize that I live in abundance, and it's never just money. It's supplies, it's connections, it's word of mouth. Like, our community at Sunny Street Outreach is like organic. There's like maybe 3,000 people that follow my movement, right? Like, and within those people though, we've never lacked anything. We always have enough food food to feed people. We, are building towards like an actual business to be able to serve the community and use those profits to like sustain our effort. So, I mean, the biggest message I think is allyship. Honestly, like I'm queer, I'm indigenous, so in my lifetime and in my struggles, there's like a kind of like a list, right? You're hitting your priorities. Like usually I'm brown or indigenous first, then I'm poor, and then like my queerness comes down the list. But I've realized this year specifically, dude, we have to show up for our queer community, our trans community, because I mean, they're under attack. We're all under attack, and immigration rights, all these things. We're all minorities, and there's separation because of colonization, right? The root of it all is coming from like white supremacy and the powers that be trying to, push that agenda. So I think through colonization, our indigenous cultures and our brown cultures lost a lot of what their root, beliefs were, and that includes, trans people, non-binary people, queer people. We've all had them in our families growing up. And I think in Latin culture, it's a little more hush hush for people to be like out and proud. So I noticed that allyship within our minority cultures showing up for specifically queer people, because there's no culture that doesn't have queer people in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it's interesting how it can be, hard for folks to be a part of that fight for their siblings, their brothers and sisters. We could be homies, but you may feel disconnected from that part of it. But I think at the end of the day, it's all our same fight. Human rights for anybody, freedom for anybody, liberation for anybody. If we don't all have it, none of us have it. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest message is really just learn how we can be better allies for each other in all of our fights, and come together as one, united, unidos, and just community, straight up.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, Sonny, well said. That was dope. Let's go ahead and check on the comments. See what we got going on.
I saw a couple on Instagram. Let me see what we got going on over here. And let me see if I could probably turn this on, see if that helps. And we got a couple people. Shout out to everybody joining in. We have Reyes Nautal. Nautal, hope I said that right. Orale, señor, orale. Thank you for having this podcast. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for kicking it with us and listening to this conversation.
God's gracious, Sierra SEU. It's the home.
Yeah. Let's go Thunder, Oklahoma City. Y'all the best in this, y'all the best people in this world. Yeah. And then that's it. Shout out everybody else joining in. Feel free to comment, leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But going back to what we were talking about, I mean, you said you're giving out food. Like, what got you started with food and cooking and all that?
Oh man, I mean, I've always loved food. I'm a little, a little chunky kid. Food's always been my happiness. I think too, my family grew up in like food scarcity. So once I got older and I could like eat whatever I want whenever I wanted, or like learn how to cook, in a cheaper way of eat anything, I really enjoyed that. And then when I was young too, I was out there fucking around, mentioned that. I caught a couple felonies real young. So once you got a record, it's a lot harder to get a fucking job. And once you're like 20 and you don't do shit, you never done nothing, it's super hard to get a job. So the kitchen is a great place for a misfit, right?
Yep.
Right, Poppy?
Absolutely.
Yep. Dishwasher, prep cook. Yes, we're hiring. We're hiring. Yeah. We'll train you.
And night shift weekends, you got it.
Yeah, we'll throw you $1 more if you work at night. Like, you got it, boss. So like that's really how I got into hospitality and that way, cooking. But it's just something that's fed my soul forever. I love showing my love through food and eating good food. So that's how I got into it. And then once my family, so we lost our house on the east side, and my family, like, for the first time, was like, fuck, dude, we're homeless. I was like, I was living in San Diego. So then I was like, great, like, I can't help you, bro. We got to get your shit together, man. So help my family, though, get into some temporary housing and you know, it was just like a wake up call. I was like, bro, I need to do something with these feelings and this, you know, just like seeing people suffering. Like, how the fuck are we out here just not doing nothing? Everybody just walking through life, not giving a shit. So I knew I could make a lot of food for cheap. Just thought that would be cool to do. So did it a couple times. And then when I moved back to OSI, we were doing it weekly. And I was like, yo, this is like needed, like not just shitty government food, like, you know, not horrible fast food that people will give out on to street corners for people, you know, but like nutritious, well thought out meals for folks that are like nutrition insecure, you know, high protein, high carb stuff that's going to keep people going, you know, and feeling like a little piece of home too, you know, like when we do like our tamalada every year, like that's a hit because it's around Christmas time and people feel like, oh, it takes me back to my grandma's house maybe, or, you know, whatever. Food is love in that way. So, I mean, I'm glad that I can use one of my skills to be able to fucking just give to community and help people, because food is important and it's universal language, you know.
What's one of your favorite dishes to cook?
Like in bulk? That's the thing, because
it's different.
Be real though, right? Like you know, like cooking in bulk is a whole different animal.
Cooking for like a buffet, like just because that's what most people can kind of relate
like
to.
Like the potluck dish. What's your potluck dish? Yep. Ooh, damn, that's a good one. So I'd be on some like, I'm not like, you know, super fit or nothing. I like to eat my tacos too, but I do try to push like plant-based meals and like challenge people to eat more plant-based meals, like maybe one day a week. So today I actually did some catering and we do these little like crostinis, and there's one with some goat cheese on there, some roasted beets, some microgreens, and then like a swift of agave. And it's fire, dude. It's a little earthy and tangy and sweet. Crunchy. Yes. That was a potluck. That'd be a potluck dish right now.
And what about a favorite dish to cook at home? That's not bulk.
I love comfort food at home. So probably like some chicken enchiladas, some rice, beans.
Yes.
Slow cook the beans all day, you know, or refry them with some bacon grease. Yep. I love making the chorizo potato hash, like just tacos, you know. That's one of the dishes we sell a lot when we cater. It's just a favorite. That takes you back to grandma's house right there. Some chorizo and papas. Woo!
We haven't even gotten high. You started talking about food.
Oh, we did.
Right.
You got so high, you forgot we got high.
I think this is the earliest.
We took on with a pause. We took a quick hit and they're like, all right, this is how we're gonna start this conversation.
See, the bong and the blunt hit different. Liz had to get the bong and the blunt.
That's cool. What has been one of the difficulties you faced as you've been doing Sunday Street Outreach?
Okay, let's see. Difficulties. Thankfully, I have not had to deal with law enforcement because there are like, you know, fines and shit. I'm all licensed and stuff now, but like, you know, before it was not like that. It was just mutual aid and just like out here guerrilla grinding. So I'm glad that I didn't have to face any law enforcement. But like, also, I've caught 2 felonies. So like, for real, if I were to get locked up for beating people, I'll be like smiling in my mugshot.
Look at funny, like,
I've been teasing I'll be like, shit. So bail me out, community. You guys got me, right?
The next interview is gonna have that picture real quick, you know. It's a great cover story.
Oh man, don't test them. But I think just it's like a lack of money in the beginning it's 100% community driven. So, you know, like wanting to keep going forward and have some evolution through the process, it takes money to do that, like to even become a 501c3 and legal and permits and all that shit. Like that's money that I've put into, like just in faith, like it'll come back, and it always does too. Like people will Venmo if I ask, like, we need money for this, a fucking coffee maker or something. People always just put out there. It's crazy. So we live in abundance, definitely. But that was a struggle in the beginning for sure.
Right. It really is just to start off with anything, because, you know, it can go in any direction, and really you don't know what sources to tap in or what type of people will be coming around to give you a lending hand. What are some of the organizations that helped you along the way?
I mean, Hill Street Country Club comes to mind. I mean, I used their space for my thank you party that you guys, know, was at. Lens was there DJing and stuff. So
that was one hell of a party.
Yeah. Yo, I love that. Y2K theme, like take me back to 06. Yeah, when I should have graduated. Yeah, no, that was a fun party. I love that. That's a good vibe because my community is like, we're very diverse, and I'm a little bit in the hood and a little bit like gay as hell. So it's kind of that mix, which everyone feels comfortable. It's like, dude, we're just chilling.
Right? Yeah, that's just outside in general. It's just you're gonna overlap with so many communities. It's not.
Yep.
It's not really a problem, I think.
No, never that. As long as it's not a problem.
Yeah.
No problems. No problems.
No money, no problems.
Oh man. So let's go ahead and tap into Friday. You've been there. You were there from the start. Could you go ahead and just give like your own perspective on how things went along, and also what was a beautiful thing about the whole peaceful protest?
Yeah. So Friday, you're talking about our abolish ICE protest right there on the corner of Mission and Canyon. That was tight. Like, so the organizers reached out to me just because they knew I was having the community. They wanted me to like post the flyer and like invite people. So yeah, we would just had like a group chat of just some community members, like Barber Steve. He's got a big platform, so he really took a risk from like posting, because if shit goes south, it's like you're also whatever, you're kind of responsible for that stuff too. So it was great to just have a bunch of people come out in community and in unity of just like immigration rights, dude. Like, our whole city is on indigenous land, and it's built by immigrants. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from the hood. These families have been here forever, paying taxes and really maybe trying to take the steps. And the steps are just like impossible. It's always back end. So these families are rooted in Oceanside, and ICE over here trying to fuck with community. Like, especially because of that whole takedown of that father after he dropped his kid off at school.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. That's ridiculous. They didn't even show a warrant. So, yeah, the patrol teams out there were on it immediately. Word spread. And I think that really gave momentum for people to be like, it's not just happening in LA. It's not just happening in Dago. It's up the block. It's in our barrios. So it's our responsibility, especially as the younger generation, to stand up and fight for your parents, your grandparents. Like, I'm not an immigrant. I'm indigenous and lucky to whenever the borders crossed us, my tribe happened to be on this side and not fucking Mexico. You know what I mean? Like, that's their invisible borders in all the indigenous land. It's a mix still, And so, I mean, it was beautiful to see so many generations too, man. We had the tias out there. We were dancing, bro. We had the mariachi, like singing. Oh, it was chef's kiss. And the march, dude. So we decided to do the march later because the comments were kind of split up. Like, people wanted to go to the Civic Center and be like right in the middle of shit. And we hear them. We're like, you're right? Like, let's start in our hood. Let's show them that in this physical location, you're not allowed here. There will be no ICE in our barrios. And we have people out on the streets, and we will be telling people, and it's going to blow the fuck up. Look how many of us are here, like, ready, to stand up for us. So we marched then to the Civic Center, and that's crazy to think of, like 500 people or so just all walking down Mission. It was sick. I've been part of some marches. That one was the biggest one. Yeah. Even the BLM one was pretty big, but that was downtown too.
I remember that one too. Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah,
it was.
But that's important. It's important to like protest, but we gotta the movement and Civic Center. The Aztecs did their whole ceremonial dances. Like, name another city, other than Oceanside that would be having that type of like experience right near the ocean. It was dope. You went though. What was your perspective? Yeah,
my perspective about it. ICE's operations and just snatching people off the street, I get the feeling like it's starting to get real Nazi Germany in this bitch, and I don't like it.
100%.
That's really my take
in white
on it.
Supremacy, because there are immigrants from all over the world, especially here in San Diego. We're extremely diverse, but you are absolutely targeting people by the color of their skin in the name of white supremacy, and that shit ain't gonna be. We're not gonna let that happen. Period. We got cameras on our damn phones. Like, que pendejada.
Right. And it's crazy because it's a big country, so everyone's got like their own point of views and shit. Like Florida's fucking nuts. Saw those goddamn quotes from the press conference. I'm like, okay, well, fuck us too. Well, fuck you too. Type shit, you know? But yeah, dude, but it was a beautiful thing to see everybody because I saw everybody.
Yeah,
I saw
Desi was
everybody
there,
there.
Bishop was there,
Yeah.
like just so many families, Diaz, young kids too, with their parents. Yep.
And then the speeches that were given at the end that you can also see like that I recorded and put on the live and just post it right there for people to see like how it was and what went down and what was actually being expressed and what we actually are standing for.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful moment to capture and shit.
Yeah, 100%. Because I mean, it's nice to have a movement and you know why you're there because of what's going down. But how do we prevent it? What's the action behind it?
Right.
We want to be a sanctuary city. Oceanside, we want to be a sanctuary city. We have enough people that would sign a petition for it, bring it to council, and whether it passes or not, pues, hey, in my experience, it could pass 1 week and then flip flop the next week. So I don't know.
Yeah, because with the city council, they need to vote on it 3 times. It needs to pass 3 times.
Yeah, because we got 5 council members, so it's got to be majority vote 3-2. So
I feel you, Sonny. I feel you. Look at that feather. Shit, man. Do we got any more comments on the IG that anybody else that wants to tap in? We got people coming in and out. YouTube. What do we got on YouTube?
The mouse fell asleep when we wake up. Sultry sister saying we love you, Sonny.
Hey,
shout out to them. See what else we got. Ooh, what else do we have? JM saying I love you, Bruce.
That's the little homie right there.
Just dig love you, North County.
That's a good moment. Let them have the moment.
I'm not having this shit. John is gracious, Sonny representing.
I thought you were cracking up because you remembered earlier what he said in the comments too. He also said Bruce's salty nuts.
Oh yeah, I gotta find that picture. It's somewhere.
We've lost that picture years ago. We used to have this gag, right? One of our fans made it because he made like pictures of us. Like there's literally one
like
with
fan art.
Yeah, there's like literally
memes,
what
like memes type of thing.
Like Louis Drake, one of them.
Yeah, it was that meme where he's like, nah, and the girl was like, yeah.
He's like other podcasts, and they put the Kick It podcast. And he does one where there's museum artwork, and it's just our episodes. And then there's one where it's like he caught like my face just being like an awkward smile. I'm looking out in the space, and he just put Bruce's salty's nuts.
Put it like on a little can.
He's thinking about it.
My face was literally like that, Sonny. So you see
it was a great value can, so it's from like Walmart. So
damn.
That's right on point. Like
that's a cheap. Oof.
Ah man, it was funny. We have fun over here.
Boy shit.
Ah man. Yeah, we talk about diversity, like people be tapping into the episodes like from all walks of life. Shout out to the AWOL click to do también. Rosewood Mondays, Kitchen Sushi Beats and East hip hop shit going down. I'm gonna tap that in. And you can also see like we got different types of people like coming into the studio on a weekly basis, as much as we could do, as much as we could reach out. And we're happy to have you on, Sonny.
Yeah, I'm glad I could be here and just kick it with the boys, man. I mean, our communities too, they're so intertwined. I feel like, I mean, just everybody, Eric, Joyce, like it's nice that you guys have those perspectives. And I mean, I'm a OSI kid, so it's like, oh, I get to go on the Kick It podcast. Right? Locking in. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. More diversity, more female representation. And just like it's dope to have the platform to just talk about my shit, do my shit. Yeah. We're actually throwing a wellness festival coming up this weekend for the solstice, right? Some witchy shit, some bruja shit with the Sultry sisters. Shout out to them.
Go ahead and tap it in, Sonny. What time? Where's this all going?
Oh man, so okay, well, what's really dope is you can buy tickets for like each specific day. So it goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the summer solstice, which is June 21st, actually, right? So always good energy around that time, kind of lively. Everyone's coming out to play. So their theme this year is like their 4th year doing it, and it's dope. There's so much intention that goes behind it, and it's really like for the Sultry Sisters, they do, you know, wellness workshops and art workshops. They worked with Hill Street Country Club also, and the cultural district of Oceanside. So they do healing workshops and different like movement classes and stuff. So they're throwing their 4th annual festival. The first night is Friday, and it's at OMA. So have you guys had an event at OMA? The Oceanside Museum of Art right there, downtown Oceanside, for like local events. It's kind of big shit to be there. So shout out to the Sultry Sisters for being able to get there on a Friday, because that's going to be a vibe. And they do art installations. Their theme this year is the healing nature of play. So there's playstations. We're making like dumplings for food. I'm catering the whole event, so you get to eat bomb ass food all weekend, and that's included in your ticket. So if you go to sultrysisters.com/SS festival, you can get tickets for like either the whole 3 days, single days. They don't turn down anyone for any type of finances. So you can get like artist scholarships, all types of stuff. And it's really just local chicks. They're two sisters from Oceanside. I actually go way back with AJ. So it's nice to be able to collab and bring some like, you know, kind of woo-woo shit. Like it's for us, it's indigenous practices. It's reaching back to our ancestral ways of healing and community healing. But like in society, everything's gotten whitewashed now. You know what I mean? So like we're bringing it back to BIPOC roots, queer BIPOC roots, and just have so many different installations, artists, performances, bomb food all weekend. So I want to shout that out for sure, because y'all should come. It's free. You get your ladies. Liz, you should come kick it, do some workshops, eat some good food. Yeah.
We're going.
All right.
She should, dude. Yeah. It's a vibe.
Oh, now we got to figure out the day to go. Luckily, we got Friday, Saturday, or
Friday
Sunday.
Mixer, yeah, or Saturday and Sunday's location's actually going to be in Encinitas, but they have a dope inside-outside location.
Because for Saturday, I'm actually going to be locked in with Lens to work.
Where you at?
We are at a graduation party, so we had a private shit gig for that one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be in Escondido. That much I can say.
Okay.
You know,
that much I can say. Don't give out the location.
Well,
make it a house party.
Well, yeah, because it's a fan. You know. It's family members hiring us, like they have a family, you know, like you know,
I know
like
my cousin's getting married on Saturday too, so we got double gigs. Blessed.
Are you doing the cooking too?
Yes and no. I get to hire my friends when I need to for catering, so that's nice. So I'm trying to attend mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be cooking all weekend.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
It's like you know you're gonna be in that kitchen. You know you're gonna be in that
whatever
kitchen.
fit I wear, it's like gotta be like a quick little take off this chef coat and then put on a new shirt. Yep, easy. Yep.
What's your besides your favorite dishes, what's your favorite type of style of food? Like you say.
Ooh, let's see. I like Asian food a lot, like pretty much any type of Thai food, Filipino food. Oh my gosh. My best friend growing up was Filipino, and I'd be at her family's house every night eating, dude. You guys like adobo and like lumpia? Oh, you just brought some lumpia. Yeah. Bro, and in Oceanside, we have such a beautiful Filipino like culture. Like the AAPI Fest was, I think, just last Saturday. We got Juneteenth coming up. It was, bro, I fucking love this city, man. That was like my takeaway from Friday too, is like we could be right there with signs up that says fuck ice, like doing la chona and like walking peacefully, making sure everyone stays hydrated, and like fuck you doing indigenous fucking dances on civic center, you know, like all that to just be united. And we have such a diverse culture here in Oceanside, and like we got to keep that. We got to keep that. You know, they say only like 3% of Oceanside's black, 3% of Oceanside's gay. I don't know the other stats, but like it's getting more and more not those things. So we got to keep our roots here.
Right. You know, like there's a presence, you know, and you address every one of your single community members because they are part of their community.
Neighbors, dude. We're neighbors. Yeah. We're the ones that have got to take care of each other.
Right.
Because they're not coming to save us.
Right. Make your presence known, Sonny. Hell yeah.
I try. I don't even need to try. I don't think. I don't know.
Nah. At this point.
I'm cool in every hood. I just be doing me. So if you're down with the movement, I love that. If you don't know about it, like at least follow me on Instagram. It's an easy way to free way to support people and it gets eyes on us, which helps us expand. So I'm excited for the future because like the goal is for us to have a mobile cafe where we have like a BOGO kind of vibe. So you come there and get a little cafecito, a little breakfast, and that helps just sustain funds for our free food programs, work programs to help people that got felonies and shit like your girl get into the kitchen and learn how to cook a bunch of good food and at least have a stable income, and availability to jobs all the time. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Stability. That's like the dream. They say the American dream no longer exists because it's already happened. And now that shit just escalated because there's a certain percentage of people that went ahead and took, you already know about that. They talk about the 1%ers. Taking all the policies and all that shit and the wealth. It's crazy.
So like the American dream was to like be sustainable, right? Have a little house and a little family and all that shit, right?
2 kids, picket fence, all that.
Yeah,
shit. That was thick ass whip.
The American dream. Yeah, I think for me, my American dream is like going backwards, like more tribal shit, like barter system, like fuck wealth and capitalism. Like how can we do more things that just help each other? And I think that we live in abundance, bro. And if I put a call out right now that says I need a rice cooker that holds 10 cup rice, I bet you I'll have 6 at my doorstep by the morning. You know what I mean? Like there's just an abundance, a circle of like giving and community. Once you start that, I think that would be sick if we could really sustain just a whole city of Oceanside or something without any type of need for those types of funds. That would be fucking sick.
Yeah. And you got to deal with that being a nonprofit yourself, applying for grants or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You don't do that?
No, fuck that. So, I really don't fuck with the government. And the thing about grants and stuff, like it's free money, but nothing is free. Yeah. And so they have restrictions on how you can spend the money. They control it and they need to have record and stuff. And like something about that is just not with me and my vibe. Like my organization started as a mutual aid, which is literally just like, what do you need? We will fix that. What do you need? We will fix that. Like in a more meeting people where they're at. And especially with food programs, especially feeding them people for free, there's a lot of red tape around it. So we don't do that. We don't fuck with government grants. We just are 100% community ran by donations. And then we have businesses that help fund. Yeah. So yeah.
Even more better, Sonny. That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Just
not a lot of organizations that go ahead and do that. And you're just standing by your guns and sticking right by them.
Yeah, I think it's I used to think it was crazy, to be honest. Like when how like you can, I don't know how tapped in spirituality you are, but I would like really hear like my ancestors telling me to do shit and I didn't know why. And I would just keep getting further and further and be like, why the fuck is this? Why am I so stubborn in this way?
Right.
People are like, I'll write grants for you. I'm like, nah. And they're like, okay, it's free money, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, it's like, no,
I can't. I
gotta do it the hard way. But now, mira the administration, right, is literally cutting funds from like the Department of Education and like Medicaid, like everything. And so that's all government ran, dude. But me, if I make money in a business and decide to give it back to the community, can't tell me shit.
Right.
That's my right.
Yep. That's right. Straight hustler.
Hey, you gotta kind of ride that line sometimes, I feel like, in these streets, because nobody, like, these people don't follow rules. There's no rules of government. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go all up into it, but yeah, dude,
it's the fucking government, man.
Make it up as you go, you know.
Shit. Really sink your fucking teeth into your community is my message, bro. Understand what's going on. Get linked with people who are artists, who are creatives, who are building things to hold each other up and support each other, and like really be about it. For real, because that's the only way we're gonna fucking strive, right? Yeah, build each other up, support each other. It's like a chain.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, we got a lot of comments up there, Louis.
Rut row.
Let's see what comes up there. All right. Soul Tree Sister saying we love you, Sonny. They say yes.
Come out.
Yeah, come
Buy
out.
Them tickets.
We welcome Balance Brothers too. Yes, buy nothing culture is key.
Yes.
And we also say mutual aid is direct action and community care.
100%. Public health. It's resistance. It's safety, community safety. You know, it'd be a beautiful world one day if we could dip away from police states and really just have community patrols taking care of each other. Like right now with all these ICE raids, like it's just literally community taking care of community and showing up being like, we're not going to allow it. And that pushes pressure on them to be like, oh shit, makes it hard for them to do their job.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
That's all.
And then we have one more coming from Trey Boogie. Shout out to Trey Boogie. Salute to the platform and guests. Thank you, man. We still got to get you on. And then let's see what else we got going on the Instagram over here. All right.
We don't got any new IG comments. We got them up here. Yeah, we ran through them all last time.
Yeah, that's it for now. But going back, man, we've talked about the community outreach. Aside from that, what's going on with you?
Man, I do so much, dude. I be out here momming hella hard. So shout out to my daughter. I got a 7-year-old, bro. I need to go to the gym so I can like keep up with her.
Yeah,
she's such high energy, so that's fun. My wife too. If I'm like I said, if I'm outside, I'm getting paid. If I'm not outside, like I'm at home, just kicking it with my family because that's what matters. You know, I'm trying to raise the next generation and be all conscious about it. So it's really hard. So shout out to all the moms and the parents out there because these kids don't give a fuck. No, I'm just like, no, we keep them so safe so they can be buck wild. So,
have there been any points in like as you being a parent where you've like had a situation with your kid and then you just kind of had like a flashback to like you and your parents?
All the time. That's why I'm going to therapy, dude. Like for real, no lie. Like everyone should go to therapy for something, but like just in general, just check up with your mental health because you just don't realize, especially when I became a parent, I think that's what really switched everything. Like I went from I don't give a fuck type of lifestyle, like just fast and todo loca, like, you know, full speed ahead. And then I had a kid and like, that's a conscious choice to really be like, okay, I'm about this, like, and do it from a perspective of trying to give them a better life than you had. And that doesn't mean like materialistic shit, but like a present parent that's letting them be a human and not trying to be like a dictator in their life, which is so hard because they're just these little kids and they don't know nothing and they're just running through life being so carefree and safe. And so it's a I don't want to say balance. I want to say like a flow, ebb and flow to parenthood and my own like complicated relationship with family and my parents and my mother. You know, it's like those mother wounds. So I catch myself understanding where she comes from too, like where my mom came from, probably how I was as a kid. I hate those moments because I'm like, from a compassionate standpoint, I'm like, damn, I was probably crazy too. I get it. Like, you know, I feel real shit. But shout out to the children's. I love my daughter. I love being a caretaker. So it's definitely the coolest thing like on my resume for sure. So that keeps me busy, but we just threw Pride. So I'm the entertainment director for Pride by the Beach. How I was blessed with that, I don't even know. Just being like literally gay and local. And they sought me out and was like, you're pretty connected in the community. I was like, yeah, bro, I know everyone. And they're like, you want to take over, you know, entertainment at Pride by the Beach? So that was like my 5th year this year. And we had the most attendance we've ever had, the most vendors. We had over 200 vendors come and like sell their stuff. The homies were over there, Sierra, and then they had some like just goodies there, and they sold out. Everyone sold out. Everyone was making money. The Sultry Sisters were doing dances on stages. We had 3 stages of entertainment all day, so it was a vibe and no bullshit. Even though there's controversy right now in the city with the flag and like, you know, just gay people unfortunately were under attack all the time, and it's so tiring, you know, because like, why can't we just kick it? Right kick it labs. Why can't we just kick it, have a good time, dance? So anyway, Pride by the Beach was dope, so I'm so grateful I get to have that platform and give local artists like the platform to rock the main stage or community stage and just get their art out there. And yeah, it's fucking pretty dope for young Sunny, who was, you know, just hella gay and like getting bullied in school. It's dope to see Oceanside get so fucking celebrating the queer community and all is one, you know, just having a good time.
Shit,
that's right. Oh yeah. It only gets bigger every year too. I mean, you're not even talking about locally. I mean, you're talking about like for everybody from this whole state coming through.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, people flew from out of state. I met more people this year that flew from out of state to come to this specific Pride.
Woo.
Yeah, crazy. It's the only family friendly and free one. So we get a lot of queer families or young kids that have a safe space to go. Because I mean, especially in our community too, like there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of like healing, and so we tend to mask it with drugs or alcohol. So you know, just like addictions in general. And so Pride in people's perspective can definitely be more drugs, alcohol, and sex driven. So they're scared to be there with families. But as queer community, you know, as these kids, it was myself too, like, you know, in elementary school or having a safe space to be with my family in middle school and in high school would have helped so much. And just the struggles and people just being visible and knowing and understanding, you know, we had dope spots like called Curiosity. So you can go into this tent. I mean, like say you're a parent and your son came out to you, right? And you're like, oh, fuck, like, how do I support my kid and make sure that I'm not like doing things right? You know, whatever. You can go into this tent and ask these psychologists that work for the center any type of question, like what's up with pronouns? You know what I mean? Like just any way that you wouldn't want to do for your son that like makes them feel threatened or whatever. So just cool. Like, you know, you can go and be an ally and be like, what are we going through? How can we stand up for you guys? So
what are you curious about?
What are you curious about? Yeah, for real. What's up with pronouns? That's always the one. I'm like, I don't know. Just call me Sunny. Whatever pronoun. Yeah, whatever pronoun works for me, babe. Whatever the perspective is.
Hell yeah. It's been a great episode so far, I can say. We got any more comments coming up here? No, everyone's been tapping into this conversation.
We've been talking a while, huh? It's been...
Oh, that's the whole point.
We're going. That's what's up. It's a good conversation.
It's like a time machine out here, bro. Because it's like the time just flies by.
Yeah.
It's like other than getting stoned around here, you know.
That's true. That helps.
Yeah, matter of fact, you pass me a lighter real quick.
Yeah. There you go, Playboy.
Real quick.
John's gracious.
The Playboy lighter.
I was looking as you guys were passing it through. John's gracious on Instagram saying Pride by the Beach was so fun. All right, I can't click on it. What's up, Miss Batty Baby? Joining. Everybody joining. Just kicking it. Shout out to you guys. But let me switch it up a little bit. We have a question we ask most of our guests that come through here. What is one of your favorite conspiracy theories? Oh
my gosh. I love this question. Okay. Now I'm like, which direction do I go, bro? Which direction do I go?
Any direction.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to like some of the newer ones though, right? Like
all right.
Let's see that. So there's a conspiracy theory out there that Biden's a drone. Right? Did you see that one? A clone, a drone, but like a AI clone.
Oh, shit.
Right. Have you seen that one?
No,
I mean, that's pretty much saying that he was switched at some point, and there's like even pictures side by side of his face.
Right.
I don't know. I love that theory though.
That's what they say about Eminem too.
Dude, they've been saying that about a lot of people. Like
Tupac. Today's Tupac's birthday. Shout out to Tupac. Yeah,
yep,
Gemini season. Yeah. Tupac's that's the vibe. I feel like Tupac was a gangster, but like his mom was a Black Panther, and so he had that advocacy. Like I feel like that's my vibe. I'm in the streets, but it's like rooted in community care. Shout out to the Black Panthers in San Diego too. Those are my comrades right there.
Yep.
Those are dope organizations to be linked up with. Free breakfast programs, free food programs. Hell yeah.
That's crazy, man.
They take care of their community, man.
And then government comes and targets them.
Yeah.
For reals, that was Pac step that he saw, like, the
those
whole
are conspiracy
violence.
theories. There you go. Yep. All that.
Yeah.
The government kills all of our amazing leaders.
So you told your sisters are saying he went to performing art school. Is this true?
He did in Baltimore.
A poet. Yep.
A poet. Yep.
That's the West Coast.
Man, you guys write raps and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that so much in high school. My own little hip hop crew around the stage.
What was the name of the crew?
Yeah, I'm curious. What was the name?
So I was Lyrically Unique. Also went by Sunny Delight. Just depended how you knew me. But just a little crew, like we just go around to different clubs and they'd let fucking open mics and shit. Yeah. But it's weird, like at some point you stop writing or rapping. I just stopped. It's crazy. I think about that all the time. It's something I love so much, and you just stop writing poetry. I used to, since I was a little kid, be all in my notebook writing rhymes. Yeah, that's how you let out your anger.
Right. Shoot. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fix up the shot real quick. Anybody that sees the blank screen, don't go ahead and tune away. This ain't a technical difficulty. Well, in a way, we're gonna go ahead and put a bigger frame. I say this is a good call for the second half.
Let's see. He wasn't a gangster till death row.
Yeah, I was about to put that on there. Here, let me see.
And Diddy, fuck Diddy, dude. It's always been fuck Diddy.
There we go. Yep, he was a gangster till death row. Let's see what else we got. No, we chilling right now. All right, seems like we back.
It was gangster though when he was taking shots at those undercover cops beating up on that civilian, and then the case dropped because those undercover cops ended up using guns that were stolen from the evidence room.
Wow, dude, LAPD. Is it LAPD?
I'm not too sure which department it was,
but somewhere up there.
Yeah, but in Oakland though, you know how he got beat down for jaywalking, and that's how he got into the whole lawsuit. And then he settled because even he said in his interview he was just tired of court.
Yeah, no, court's a motherfucker. Yeah. Court bills too.
Dude, yeah, that's how they get you, man.
Yeah, them court bills. It's the system, broken systems.
I mean, you gotta pay a third party that understands like the terminology and these policies and laws and shit.
And the loopholes.
Yeah, most of those like people or those companies usually have enough money to pay for like really good lawyers where they could just like drag it out and just like keep like spending your money.
Yeah.
Trying to fight this, and that's like I said, most people just settle and
dude, lawyer, like just knowing that part of the world. Like I've lived a lot of lives, but I had this incident where it's really sad. My ex's brother passed away in a motorcycle accident, and his baby mama, and his like 2 kids were really young, under 2. And anyway, fast forward like a couple years, my ex and I had broken up. It was ugly. We didn't have any conversation. And our sister-in-law, the kids' mom, was actually shot and killed by police up in North Cali. And word got down here, whatever. And through my connections in Sunny Street Outreach, I was able to reach out to like some family lawyers. They were able to help that family get those kids back like that day. Even though me and my ex were like not in contact, and like that shit is crazy. Like the synchronicities that had to happen for us to be able to, like that's the path. Once you're anointed with like a purpose, you got to just truly follow that. And on the path line, you're going to see all these synchronicities, things that line up, and miracles that can happen just like through community care. For real, impossible fucking things.
Right.
Straight up. In the worst times, beautiful things can happen because of community. It's crazy.
Have there been any points so far and we've thought about giving up on the outreach?
On outreach specifically? No, not yet. Not yet, not yet. I hope that I'm building something too that, like, that's the point, right? When you build something, you don't want to be there, the one running it all the time.
Right.
You build it for someone to take it over. So even if, you know, something were to happen to me, I would hope that I built a team and a community that would pick it right back up and be able to continue community care in that way for Sunny Street Outreach. And that's the point of a nonprofit too. It's like publicly owned. It's not anyone's sole proprietorship, you know? Yeah. It's a fucking movement. That's the thing. When people get the vision, a lot of people don't. I've definitely had doubters being like, even like you go to the bank, like we need money, you know, to like build a fucking mobile cafe, and to go get a business loan is easy, but to go get a business loan for like a nonprofit, they're like, wait, you don't want to make money? They're like, no, actually we want to like help people, like we'll pay back your loan, you know, and interest and all that, it'll be straight. But yeah, like the profits, we really like do it to help people. They're like, oh, check back with us in a year if you're still in operations, you know. So yup, still in operations, bitch. Better than ever, thriving. Thank you very much. So fuck your banks. We gonna make it happen one way or another. Divine timing.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. We have another comment over here saying from Trey Boogie, he was a dancer for Shock G and Digital Underground. Yep, that was before.
Yeah, when he was young.
Yeah, before he went to jail, and then then that's when he signed with Death Row.
Yeah.
He says, keep doing good works. You get blessed by being a blessing.
100% abundance. That's
a good one, Trey.
Yep, abundance. Appreciate that. Yeah, dude.
So what is next? What is your next step for the outreach and for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'm trying to take a vacation.
How long has that been in the making?
Spoken
like a true chef.
Yeah, dog. I've been studying building, which is great, like reinvesting and shit. But like honestly, your girl need a tropical island with some beautiful putas, eating some frutas. Yeah, and my kid running around, you know, over there living the life too. So balance, harmony. But yeah, that's my next step. That's my plan. After like busy season, it's been so busy and been blessed. But there's like a, you know, in chef life too, like that winter time ain't shit popping off. Yeah. So then my lady's birthday's around Christmas. So we did our honeymoon and everything out in the Virgin Islands and Miami, bro. Miami. Something about something about being a güerita that can speak Spanish in Miami is like a vibe. It gets you in trouble and out of trouble because everyone just expects you to speak Spanish, and when you do, blessed. So somewhere tropical on a beach would be great for me. But professionally, yeah, I mean, we just been rocking our caterings, our mobile bar service, just getting it out there more. Really just I love to get to curate menus for people and work in their budgets, you know, because they're supporting a small business that they know is supporting community and not just trying to make someone rich or whatever. So it's pretty tight. And our mobile bar is cool. It's like mocktail forward. So I'm going to be 4 years sober, actually on the solstice. So yep. So California sober, obviously.
I was about to ask.
I feel you on that one.
I just saw you like that.
Yep. Yeah, but alcohol, 4 years sober of alcohol. So like our mobile bar business is very mocktail forward and just making dope intentional like elixirs pretty much. And so, you know, just having more sober, curious spaces too of people trying to drink less or maybe stop drinking at some point. But we pour liquor too. So obviously I'm a bartender. Like that's what I do.
Right.
On the side, you know.
Yeah, I'm a bartender. That's what I do to pay my bills because all the other shit don't pay my bills at all. It builds my community up though. So I give my time.
I mean, you gotta hustle out here in California. Out here it's like you got to have 3 or 4, you know?
Yeah, 7 for an empire though. That would be my goal. I would love to have like a empire of businesses that just gave back to community, and then you could franchise it so other people in other communities could have a shot at entrepreneurship that also like helps build up their community. Like, let's go.
Hell yeah.
And just keep repeating that process.
Yeah, and building with other, sultry sisters in DC. Like they have, the two sisters are kind of bi-coastal. So yeah, it's just all about spreading our missions and spreading our messages globally or at least nationwide to, open up people's minds.
Yeah. Oh.
I gave you a bomb. I mean, pass the lighter too when you're done with it with Sunny.
I just like looked over and thought it was me. So
He was like,
oh.
it took him a minute.
Yeah, these are the
I'm
moments.
not high, dude, I swear.
I used to hate when the homies, you high? I'm like, shut the fuck up, dog.
Eyes all closed, you know I am. Dog.
It's like,
Open
nah.
your eyes, I can't.
It's like, nah, bro. We're just sitting around, you know.
Have you guys ever quit smoking weed ever?
Yeah.
Yeah? For how long?
Since I started, probably like 3 months.
3 months at once? Yeah. I've never stopped smoking weed. That's just something I've
Best
tried.
idea was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, dude? I don't
That's
even know.
fine.
I'm
Oh,
good
yeah,
on the ball.
yeah,
That's not my thing.
Yeah. No.
Come through, Liz.
Oh. Right there.
Shout out to you guys for having me on, though.
Nah, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the platform. Just talk my shit.
Yeah. And we have, if I'm saying this right, Jahis Gracious.
Jaws gracious.
Jaws Gracious says community is the movement. Fist emoji with the 100. Yeah. It's been a great episode so far, man. Sonny, what do you tapping back into to conspiracy theories? Is that wait, what do you think about the ice wall?
I haven't heard that one.
You haven't heard that
Tell
one?
me.
Like there's a reason like we can't go past like Antarctica at a certain point. Cause it's like a whole different dimension or a whole different world.
I'm into the different dimensions and different worlds. I hope that there fucking is. And how do I get there? What's the coordinates, bro? Drop the pin.
Well, there's like accounts of like certain people. I forget what's like which names and what their capacity is, where they get to a certain point traveling right through, and then they go ahead and get stopped either by like by other species.
Okay.
Or even just government interference, so that there's no conflict with those species. Because they're saying like they're aware that we're out here, but they just don't want us to pass to that point.
So is that considered an alien or just a whole different type of?
No,
because it's identified. It's not unidentified.
Yeah. Well, they say they're from here. You know, like part of this planet. That you know how people some people say that the Earth is flat.
Right.
And that also, and another spin-off to that is like not only that, there's like multiple different worlds connected to it. That's why you get like different dimensions. That's why you involve the Matrix and the whole shit. You know,
that's dope. I hope to see it one day.
I could see that being like a thing. Like it'd be like how you can't go a certain pressure level in the sea, before you like get crushed.
Explode.
Like what if that's like their way of like their self-defense barrier of like you can't get past this. Because it's like into another dimension. Maybe same thing with Antarctica. Yeah.
There's also that book too, that guy that a guy wrote about traveling to the center of the earth.
Yeah.
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 That's just crazy. Yeah. I knew you read that one, Sonny.
I'm into science too, though. I'm like a little mystical and a little like logical. And I used to win like science awards as a kid. I'm fucking nerd. So like, all the rocks into all the different layers that you got to go to get to the center of the earth. I'm more interested in space though, to be honest, like stars, celestial shit, Milky Ways, like different astrological shit, energies and that shit. So I've got my head up in the stars probably most of the time. The moon, waves.
I mean, with a name like Sunny, you kind of have to.
True. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Gotta have a vibrant personality.
Yeah, that's true. My mom named me Sunny too. Like my government name. I ain't gonna say it here because none of your business. But my mom always called me Sunny for short because it's a short version of my government name. So that's where Sunny came from. But yeah, sick. She must have known. She said actually she used to tell me the reason was because my face looked like a sun.
Oh,
I don't know. Take that as you may.
Like from
the little baby.
That shit always did trip me the fuck out when I was a kid.
Teletubbies are kid shows in general are weird, yo.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the kid shows and the parents that
I'm
have
glad
to watch that shit
SpongeBob-
over and over.
I'm glad we had SpongeBob and that shit. How
I
long
like
that went.
the cartoons that were like old school Nickelodeon
Yeah.
cartoons, right? Like Ren and Stimpy. No fucking way we should have been watching that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Or Cow and Chicken.
Dude. Or like what's that? Adventure Time?
Adventure Time. Oh, Flapjacks.
What's your favorite cartoon of all time?
Which one had? Are we talking like American
like,
cartoons, anime?
Ooh, okay.
Because you know,
I
like
can't let. We're gonna have to do American because I'm not
All
versed on anime. But
that's cool.
yeah,
Not Dragon Ball Z.
That's
that's like a line. That's like American. Yeah, like
That's-
Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, that type of shit. That's
Yeah.
American still. That's like mainstream. But I don't
know
fucking
what
read
cartoon.
mangas or anything, unfortunately.
mine would have to be Dexter's Laboratory.
That's a good one, dude.
That's just funny. I remember the episode of him like falling asleep learning French, and the record got stuck and it stuck to one word, so he just kept repeating
Kept
that word
repeating the one word.
until he can get into his lab, and that shit was self-destructing. That shit was crazy. Oh, fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog is also sick.
Yeah, that's
That-
another one we shouldn't have been watching.
Yeah, I know that one was
They were
creepy. huh?
hurting each other hella.
The
What
mo-
about you, Louis?
Digimon was one of like the first ones that I saw that just fucking blew my mind.
The depths of the
The-
storyline,
yeah,
or what?
it's
What was it? The animation.
It's just like the evolution. Like it'd be like a small little like critter, and then it turns into like a bigger, and then it just like goes fucking crazy. Like the evolutions just go all wild. Like there's one that's like a little dinosaur turns into like a bigger dinosaur, and then like the dinosaur with the helmet, and then it just turns into like a fighting like humanoid thing. You're like,
Did it
Ow.
have a card game with it too, like in
It
real
did.
life? Yeah.
I didn't really play the card game though.
So what's up with the cards, dude? The Pokemon cards and shit. Why are they so popular?
Man, that's a good question.
Do you guys fuck with the Pokemon cards?
I'm thinking more as like is a nostalgic like movement
Uh-huh.
or
The
nostalgic.
parents are
vibes.
getting them for the kids because they
Ex-
want to open
Just
them.
kind of
Exactly.
how like, where they are.
It's like how Disney is doing.
Right.
How they're not even making the cartoons for as much as the kids. I mean, they are, but
The
at the same time,
parents,
it's more
yeah.
into the
They're
parents that
getting the
grew
money.
up. Yeah, because now
Yeah.
they're the ones hitting up Disneyland. and
Yeah.
shit, you
Even
know?
like SeaWorld, dude, they had that concert with like Soldier Boy.
what?
Dude, yeah, they did. They're doing more collabs.
Soldier Boy and some other rapper, but it was like these kids
Soulja-
don't know who the fuck Soldier Boy
Soldier
is. It
Boy
was all
telling
the
Shamu just jumps.
dolphins were all
What
like
you-
on the water. The dolphins are on the water. Oh my gosh. The weed's good, y'all.
I did not know fucking Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy's still doing his thing.
That's cool. I mean, technically, he was the first internet rapper.
Yeah, like the YouTube and shit. Like he's the
Yeah.
first streamer kind of guy, right?
Yeah, because
Cool.
how his approach would be is that
I remember the internet when it came out too.
he
That
would,
was wild. Good times.
he would like put his tracks like in under different names, like the ones that were popping. Like say it was like 50 Cent in the club, and like
Oh,
you would
yeah.
download them, right?
LimeWire. Shout out to
LimeWire?
LimeWire.
So you put them under those
these
names?
kids don't know. How much of
Mhm.
your audience knows about LimeWire? dude?
Shh. Well,
That
The
sounds like-
I
CD
thought these songs-
cases. I think my wife still has her CD case in her car.
when the dollar store sold CDs.
Dang, and you get like the whole pack, so you could just sit there downloading, and then all the viruses on my mom's computer. Hella mad, yo.
Shit.
We got a computer late in the game too. My mom worked at like some spot in Sereno Valley for like a little bit of a stable part of her life, and she got a computer, and I was chat rooms, bro. I over here coding my MySpace.
Hey, what's
fucking
your
this shit up,
ASL?
bro? And it's always a lie. Dude, what a time! What a time!
Seeing that digital age, what's your point of view on that and how it affected the community?
I am so scared for my daughter's generation. Like they grow up, they don't know, not like that's all they know is social media, all that shit. So I mean that's scary. Like I as a parent, it's like something you have to address and make sure that kids are being safe and that are fucking weirdos out there doing weird shit on the internet. But I think it's an amplified like tool for people that can help grow your business and get your message out, right? Or like build community that's far and wide, so there's like positives to it, but honestly there's definitely some more like negatives to it, I think, for sure. Even myself, like I'm fucking constantly on my phone, even if I'm not doing business shit. So it's just like second nature, you know, to like pop up Instagram. And then you're like, it's the mental health of getting all this type of information so quick at yourself. You know, you're seeing like literal genocides play out in between some bitch trying to sell me a fucking like little tube of something to clean my washing machine, which I'm gonna buy. Like, you know,
you got me, you son of
ooh,
a
you got me. I don't want mold in my washing machine. And then it's
You
like
heard my conversation this morning, didn't
and
you?
then exactly,
I
huh?
should have read that box.
Bro, I had homies, we planned like trips together, and like we would have meetings to like meet for our vacation and where we're gonna go, what we're gonna do, and like hide phones, like just put the phones in a basket and go to the room, or else like all those tickets and whatever website you're about to click in is double price because the fucking phone heard you.
Right.
Man, you should have homies that question everything. I fucks with that.
You get hit with a random question out of nowhere, and you're like, what the and sometimes it's great doing that to people too. It's like you're just chilling there. You know what? A thought pops up. I should hear my homie has to think about this. So what do you like? Why are you asking me that? I don't know. I just thought about it.
Need your opinion on this off.
I thought
Ideas.
ideas, yeah.
Ideas.
Yep, $1 million ideas.
Trademark.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it seems we're about to approach the end of this episode, guys. Do you guys have any last words, Bruce?
Well, you know what my last words are gonna be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Your pre-last words.
My pre-last words.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to everybody, you know, participating and also doing their part in the community. Friday was dope as fuck. And then also just a quick input. Nah, I don't really want to touch too much on it. Saturday, Lowrider Magazine show was fucking lit. It was dope. Got to see all the homies and homegirls that are out there. Shout out to all the performers as well. And then shout out to all the dope cars and all the cars and all the car clubs out here locally, you know, participating and also being involved in such a great thing happening. I hope it comes back to Oceanside.
Oh yeah. Once again, thank all you guys for tuning in. Keep kicking it, man. You know, Shani, got any last words?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the space. So thank you guys for inviting me to the podcast. Shout out to Oceanside and all the homies that tapped in. It's an honor to be on the Kick It podcast and talk my shit. So I hope that y'all at least learned something tonight and took a little motivation to build more community with yourself. Get out there, go to shows, go to lowrider shows, go to hip hop shows, dude. Rose Cafe is fire. They have bomb food. So whenever the boys are there, show out. If you see me, say what's up. And yeah, start to think about what you can do to help people. Tap in on my Instagram. At least donate your old clothes, or if you're moving your food pantry items, we take all that shit and we take it right to the streets to our Oside neighbors who need it every week. And if you want to come volunteer, tap in with Humanity Showers. Look out for the Sultry's Sisters Solstice Festival this weekend. We will not be turned away for any type of financial issues. So come through, kick it, be with community, and just be in spaces to eat some good grub. Love on yourself, get to thinking a little bit deeper about things that going on around you. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
One love. Thank you
for everything you do for the community.
Hey,
for reals.
It's all love. Thank you. And thank you guys for helping me out, because I couldn't do it without the community we build, because we ain't government funded. So appreciate y'all.
They say grassroots, they mean grassroots,
Yo, straight up. Roll the grass up too. Smoke sesh, yeah, it's indigenous, it's tribal, bruh. Peace pipe, siempre.
Hell yeah. And with that being said, we appreciate everybody tapping in for tonight. Catch us around next time. Hey, yo, thank you for sipping with us, for token up with us, for kicking it.
Peace.